is a practice video for two scenes from The Hollow by Kurt Mosier. The first movement, Ichabod's Walk. All right, so we're going to take this in a couple different sections. I'm going to kind of explain as we go. The first section, so we start at 17 after the low strings have made their entrance. And you see the G-L-I-S-S, gliss. That's the abbreviation for glissando. And you see the line leading up to your first note, that D. That means to slide your fingers up the fingerboard until you hit that pitch. So what I do for this is I'm just going to kind of squish my fingers back a little bit. You can make as big a glissando or small glissando as you like, but you only get one beat to do it. That's the tricky thing. So you have to be pretty quick. So you don't have to start way back and slide up to that high D. I just kind of, again, squish it back almost kind of like in half position. And I'm going to slide up until I hit that D. So just slide it on up and kind of lock into that D. As you're practicing this, to make sure that you're going far enough, you're not landing flat, and also to make sure you don't overshoot and go too high. Play this with your open D string to match octaves when you get to the top of the glissando. Make sure you're in tune. Make sure you lock that in and practice that a few times. All right, so after you do that, again, you want to keep it short. There's a staccato marking on that quarter note so that you can come down hard on the accent on the next note, the dotted quarter. So that whole measure will sound like this. 2, 3, 4, rest. Like that. And then right after that, you just have a C sharp, B natural, regular 1, back to C sharp. Measure 19, you do the same slide. So at 17, I'm going to play for you 17 through 20, or up to 20. And after you've done some glissando practice, try this with me and see if you can get the same articulation and, of course, keep the right rhythm. All right, so the metronome is going to be at a quarter equals 100. So here's 17 through 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 3, 4, 1. And it's also important to set your bow into that string as you start your glissando. Now that same thing is going to happen at measure 33, so when that comes back you already know how to do that and you'll have that skill mastered. All right, so next we're going to do just a little section from measure 20 up to 25, just to practice through it. Eighth notes, accents. You can play these as double stops if you like, or you can play just the top or bottom, your choice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you want to make a difference in measure 24. The first 4 eighth notes are just staccato. Second 4 are staccato and accented, so make sure you hit it a little harder, use a little bit more bow and pressure for those next 4 eighth notes. All right, now the next section at 25, you get some melody stuff going on here. I'm going to suggest doing this in third position. I wrote those fingerings above. You can also do it in, I'm going to suggest you do it in third position. You can do it in first, but there's kind of an awkward string crossing with those eighth notes doing B flat, A, G sharp, A. So either one is fine, but that's what I would suggest. And then I have you shifting down just for one note at 27, because if you see the line between the F natural and the A, those 2 quarter notes, that's another slide. We want to slide into third position, a little mini glissando to start the second half of the melody. So this is going to be 25 up to 33. All right, so here's my third position. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 33, like I said, is the same as 17. So make sure that's super legato, use a lot of bow, make that sound really pretty and spooky. Okay, so now we're up to measure 36. This is similar to measure 20. I don't think we need to go over that. At 45, just watch your dynamic changes from fortissimo way down to piano and then pianissimo. And now we'll do 50 to the end. So we switch to pizzicato. These 16ths are a little fast to do. They're pretty quick when you do this pizzicato, so just kind of get that finger going really quick. You could use 2 fingers if that's easier, And if it's still a major struggle, skipping the second 16th note and just playing 2/8, we can work that out as a modification as well. When we get to the end, I'm not going to play the solo, the trill. I'm just going to stay on pizzicato, the 8th notes at the end. All right, so here's 50, starting on a low 1, F natural. 1, 2, 3,